What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be super simple. Let's just go over a bunch of new music that has come out recently before we get to the kind of end of year retrospective stuff that, you know, all the best of 2019, worst of, and then we got the decade as well. There's going to be a lot of that stuff coming, so I want to make sure I've weighed in on, you know, what's right in front of us, what's happening in the industry right now first. So let's go through a big single roundup. The first thing I gotta talk about is this song, Hey Boy, Hey Girl by Upchurch and Noel.
Hey girl, this tank ain't on E. I'm about to spend every dollar I made.
Upchurch is undoubtedly the most frequently requested person for me to cover on this channel. If you're unfamiliar with him, Upchurch, sometimes known as Ryan Upchurch, is a country rapper, and I have generally just kept my distance. You know, that's not my thing. You know, when something just isn't your thing, I just know that hip hop is not my scene, and so I'm not really trying to go review something just because I know I'm going to dislike it. Like, if I were actually to go to a hip hop party, I have the self-awareness to know that I would be the lame city boy in that situation. I wouldn't enjoy standing out in a field and just vibing with how country we are, because that's not my upbringing. And from what I've heard and what I've seen of Upchurch, that's his thing. He is really making music for that group of people, for the maybe often overlooked country people in America. And that's kind of been interesting to watch, because I think we tend to think country music is for the country people, but it seems to be a lot more suburban, a lot more bougie in its current iteration, and maybe hip hop is speaking more to people that are actually living out in the country. I have also admittedly not wanted to kind of go near hip hop because from the outside, it seems weird how much Confederate flag waving there is in it. I'm not scared of symbols. I'm not scared of the Confederate flag. I don't think we should erase it from history or anything like that. But it does seem like a type of music that's not really meant to kind of invite people in. It's all about like Southern pride, or you could look at that very easily and say maybe white pride. And I know that that is what they have said it is not, that it's not racist, but I'm just saying that's how it seems from the outside looking in. Do you get what I'm saying? I've also never covered Upchurch on this channel because I'm not trying to get destroyed by him in one of his reaction videos. I also know he has a very passionate fan base, and like I said, I'm not trying to just listen to something that I know I dislike for clicks. Now we have this song, Hey Boy, Hey Girl. It has been #1 on the iTunes country chart for days. And so this thing is, you know, it's becoming a real factor in the country music discussion. It's featuring this artist named Noel, who is also in the hip hop, country hip hop, whatever we want to call it, country rapper category. And yeah, we got to talk about it.
Hey boy, hey girl, he asked her to wait for me to rock you.
So I checked out this song, and this is interesting to me because it's not country rap at all. This is just like a bro country song. It feels like a reject from 5 years ago. I mean, it's almost like a stereotype of a bro country song. It's literally got Hey Girl in the title. It's got feet up on the dash. It's got a shotgun queen that's sliding over next to him. It's got the moonlight and him looking at her lips. And I mean, it really almost feels like a parody. And who knows, maybe it is. Maybe Upchurch was like, I'm going to make the exact same song that they make, and it's going to go #1, and I'm going to become too big to ignore by all of the media that usually ignores me. And if he's doing that, well, you know, touche. But I just don't think it's good at all. This is kind of your standard bro country, hip hop country fusion. I don't hear anything special in it. I mean, maybe the idea that it's a duet is special. Like, it's not usually a girl singing this back to the guy. It's usually just the guy singing it to the girl, but I don't know. It reminded me of when I listened to Parker McCollum for the first time and heard Pretty Heart, and I knew Parker had this really passionate fan base, and my heart kind of sank because I was like, oh, I don't like this song. That's kind of how it felt listening to Hey Boy, Hey Girl. What I will say is this led me to go listen to one of his recent albums, and I actually way prefer when he's rapping. I think Upchurch is a good rapper, and I think like when he kind of sings about his personal, or raps about his personal drive and the way he feels misunderstood by the industry, and like that stuff's really compelling to me, more compelling than some of the songs just about we're kind of living out in the country and I have big trucks. You know, that kind of jockeying doesn't do much for me, but I think I do get his appeal. But holy crap, that guy also releases a lot of albums. You know, Upchurch, like I said, is a world I don't really know that well. Then I want to talk about Little Big Town's new single, Sugarcoat.
Sometimes I wish I liked drinking. Sometimes I wish I liked...
Now, Little Big Town has had some trouble finding traction as they're getting ready to release their next album. I think it's called Nightfall, and it comes out early next year. And they had that song The Daughters, which didn't really take. They had that song Over Drinking that I really liked. It didn't really take. Now they got the song Sugarcoat, and boom! This is a good one. And how could it not be? You know, it's co-written by the queen of this channel, Lori McKenna. This is a song about wishing that you were a more rebellious person that could tell off someone that's cheating on you. But ultimately, you can't, and so you're just sitting there and wearing this sugar coat, keeping things sweet, keeping things cordial, but she wishes she weren't sugarcoating the truth of her life. It's a very clever lyric. It's gorgeously delivered. And I think that idea in the chorus of, I wish I liked drinking, I wish I liked pills, I wish I would like go out and cheat on you, but that's just not the kind of person I am. There's that kind of inherent politeness is super compelling and is super relatable. It makes me think of like when I'm at the movies and someone is talking behind me. I really wish I were the person that were like,
shut up! You're bothering everyone in this theater.
But I'm not. I'm generally the person that just kind of... And I just hope that that is passive-aggressive enough to get them to be quiet. Then let's talk about this song, I Hope You're Happy Now, by Carly Pearce and Lee Brice. This song rules. This song is excellent. I love all the steel through it. I love that it just kind of feels like this a little bit driving rock thing. It reminds me of Eli Young Band, Even If It Breaks Your Heart. I think Carly Pearce's voice is captured so much better on this song than I feel like it often is on her official singles, and her and Lee Brice have a real nice harmony thing going on all through it, and I really like the kind of double meaning of I hope you're happy now. This is about having moved on from a relationship and truly wishing well for the other person. You know, I hope you're happy now that you're not in this relationship, but with a side of bitterness. You know, I hope you're happy now. I hope it was worth it for you because I'm sitting here broken. So I hope you don't feel like this, and I hope you also, you know, realize what you did to me. Super effective, super cool. This song, I feel like it's gonna blow up, don't you guys? I also want to mention Tip of My Tongue by Kenny Chesney.
It's a long way down to where I wanna go.
I know this song has been out for a while, but I'm putting it in this video because I heard it with fresh ears the other day, and it just hit me that I've really not been fully interpreting this song. It's way dirtier than I realized. Like, this is the dirtiest song on country radio at the moment. I just feel like no one's really talking about that, but Kenny and his tongue are pretty naughty. Then let's talk about Carrie Underwood's Drinking Alone. I really like this song. It was an immediate standout on the album for me. It's a vampy, it's got the big belting vocals, it's kind of naughty in a good way. At the time when I heard this on Cry Pretty, it struck me as not very personal, and I felt like this had been marketed as a very personal album, so I bristled at it a little, but taken on its own as a kind of storytelling song where she's more role-playing as this kind of vampy potential cheater, I think it really works, and I hope it takes off. Then I want to mention Kinfolks by Sam Hunt.
I wanna introduce you to my kinfolks, to my old friends.
I know this song has also been out for a little while, but I haven't really done a full review of it. But it's just, there's so little to talk about. This is like the most boring Sam Hunt song ever. And really, you know, now everyone's distracted by this big DUI charge that Sam Hunt has. I don't know if you read about that, but he was involved in a quite dangerous drunk driving accident. They actually paused a release of another song of his that was coming out, so I don't really know where Sam Hunt's career stands at this point. But I don't think Kinfolks is a normal turn of phrase. It doesn't even seem like something that Sam Hunt would say. And for this kind of like super poppy sound, I want to introduce you to my kinfolks. It's just awkward. And like, this would have been a song that I would have skipped on his first album. It just doesn't feel cool or memorable to me. I also want to mention For My Daughter by Kane Brown.
Yeah, I grew up without a dad. I'm gonna be the best one I can be.
I mean, wow. Kane Brown should always make stuff like this. This is awesome. Kane Brown wrote this song, co-wrote it with Tom Douglas. Now, if you know who Tom Douglas is, probably most famous for The House That Built Me, but everywhere Tom Douglas goes, a good song results, and it is no exception with Kane Brown. Generally, I think the spectrum of Kane Brown goes from bad with songs like Weekend or Rodeo to somewhat good with songs like, I don't know, Homesick or Short Skirt Weather, but this song is just solidly good. It is a really cool song that Kane Brown is saying, now that he's a father, he wants to be a better father than the father that he didn't have. And that's just a really raw thing to sing about. They say that dads can shape you, and in a way, I guess mine did. That's what he sings, and what a sad lyric. This song just makes me wish Kane Brown were always digging this deep, because it makes it hard to take seriously some of his other shallower songs when you know he can go this deep. Same when you hear something by like Thomas Rhett, like To the Guys Who Date My Girls, and I'm like, oh, let's bring more of that into the albums. Also worth noting, this is like the millionth mention of Monsters and Dads right now. Because we had Eric Church's Monsters, which is still going on the radio. We have Even Though I'm Leaving by Luke Combs, which is currently number 1, where the dad scares the monsters. And now we got a third mention. It's officially a trend of dads scaring away monsters for their kids in country lyrics. Alive Right Now by Brad Paisley.
It's great to be alive right now, by the grace of God's Son.
Brad Paisley just released this song from his special the other night. It's featuring a girl named Addie Pratt, who is a cancer survivor from St. Jude. This is a likable song, and the story around it, and when you know the marketing, that this is really making a dream come true for this cancer survivor, it becomes, just sort of irresistible. As a song, it feels a little like your standard Brad Paisley kind of hokey, almost online style dad joke song. It's not bad, but do I see it doing anything? No. Now, musically, I find Brad Paisley's music so refreshing at this kind of time that we're at with country music right now, this crossroads of the poppy stuff and the more traditional comeback. Brad Paisley has just stayed good and true all along, and you can't dislike his sort of really guitar-forward sound. It's always great. I Hope by Gabby Barrett is another song that I want to mention.
I hope you both feeling sparks by the end of the job. I hope you know season 1.
This is a song that I haven't loved because I think it's really overproduced, but it's clearly taking off, and I decided to give it another listen and actually checked out the acoustic version of it the other day. And damn, I heard it again with fresh ears. That sometimes happens. And I really got the humor of the song in a way that I hadn't. This girl is so pissed at her man for a breakup that she's like, I hope you end up with this girl. Like, she got cheated on. She says, I hope you end up with this girl, and I hope you're happy. And then she goes, and I hope she cheats on you.
And then I hope she cheats. Ooh, like you did on me.
It's so funny. I mean, it's a really petty song, but I guess I just hadn't really heard the pettiness through all the layers of production, and now I'm hearing it. Now I'm getting why it's clicking with people. That said, I still think it is way overproduced, and it just sounds like she's shouting underneath all of the layers that are on the chorus. So, acoustic version, thumbs up. Radio version, thumbs down. But this is a song to watch in 2020. I think Gabby Barrett is becoming a big, organic, star. This video has 20 million views. On Spotify, the streams are over 20 million views, and she's not even been this big major label artist. I did see her on American Idol, and I feel like, wow, things are really working out for her now. I also want to throw in a little quick word about the Jason Aldean album 9. I'm not going to do a full review on that just because I got too much going on right now, and it was so uninspiring to me.
We back in the saddle, back on stage making a whole.
I mean, it was just this long, droning, it felt very impersonal, it felt very mailed-in album from Jason Aldean. There's a few songs on it that I think are okay. I mean, I do like Tattoos and Tequila. I do like Came Here to Drink. I like the lyrics of I don't drink anymore, but I don't drink any less. I think that's clever. On the whole, though, I just thought that album felt so lazy. Just like, what a bro country retread. I mean, a lot like what I was saying with that Upchurch song. That's kind of how the Jason Aldean album made me feel. I put even a thing on Twitter about just all of the shotgun seat references in this album. It felt super, 5 years too late. I didn't sense much passion in his voice. No. It's just no. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10 if you need to know my score. Let me touch really quick on this song, Bachelorettes on Broadway by Willie Jones.
Bachelorettes on Broadway, party like every day's Friday.
I see what's happening with this song. I see the streaming numbers going up, and I feel like it could be a big old monster of a track and a kind of bachelorette party anthem, and boy, I hope it doesn't happen. I will have a lot more to say about that soon, though. There's been a lot of other stuff I could mention. There was the whole country Christmas concert at the CMAs. All I would say about that is that, Runaway June's had a nice on Sleigh Ride. Tori Kelly slayed her songs. There we go. Unintentional pun. The Brett Young performance of This Christmas is wretched.
Hang on the mistletoe, I'm gonna get to know.
I've never seen such a joyless Christmas song before.
Your eyes outshine the town, it's true.
And then I don't even know what to do with that performance by For King and Country of Little Drummer Boy. So melodramatic for a song that's supposed to be about like this little lonely drummer playing his drum to like a goat in the oxen stall. So those are just some thoughts on some of the music that's either hitting right now or getting released right now that I wanted to make sure I covered before the end of the year. Tons of stuff coming up, some Christmas stuff coming up, and a bunch of retrospectives of the year and maybe a couple of the decade. As always, thanks for watching. Give the video a like, share it if you want, and I'll see you very soon.